Yeah.
Well, actually, this is how we can start.
Yeah, hell yeah. I'm for this.
Kitchen covers is gone.
Yeah, it's over.
Let's be honest, it's dead. It's dead. It's never happening again.
Rest in peace.
But they can't see it. But there is a couch here. One is like lounge.
Yeah. Yeah.
The only thing is lounge lovers. Probably not.
It's not the connotation you want.
Wrong vibe.
That's got some... Yeah, no.
I've thought if this is like the studio, it could be studio sessions.
That's cool. I like that. That's good vibes.
And that's about as far as I've got.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, well, look, we'll rock with studio sessions.
Studio sessions for the moment.
Yeah. How's the new space feel?
The new space is inspiring.
Yeah. It
The
freaking looks awesome, man.
The new space
Cool.
is inspiring. I love outdoors. I love being outside, and to have a massive window like in front of me, 3 kind of massive windows to the side, lots of natural lights. Like
Yeah.
I can breathe.
Yeah.
It's so nice.
Yeah.
Because you would know, as a bit of a creative, we can get into dungeon vibes.
Oh yeah, I see a lot of people on like internet and stuff like that or whatever, or even just in person, like, you know, people that I know that will work in spaces that feel very closed off, or like they're, you know, not even just a small room, but like close all the windows, close all the blinds, the lights really, really dim. I'm like, bro, if I work in a space like that, I'll fall asleep.
Yeah.
Like, I can't do it.
I'm just like, I'm going to go insane.
Yeah,
Like,
that's right.
Everything is dark.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Why do I have to be depressed to make music? You know?
It's actually okay.
Yeah, that's right.
Live a little. It's all good.
Everything is fun.
You know what? Smiling is awesome.
Yeah.
I'm going to sing more, I think.
I remember hearing you sing, I think for the first time last year at Youth Alive conference. I reckon you were leading What a God. And I was just like, bro, whoa, where did this guy come from? Because I think I just seen you play bass before that. So I was like, yeah, Ben's awesome. Like, I think we had just met.
Yeah.
And then, it was like, yeah, Ben's leading tonight. And then you started singing. I was like, whoa, okay. I was not ready for that.
It is. Singing is not my, it is the last thing that I've kind of picked up.
Yeah, right.
Doing saxophone.
Yep.
There's obviously with any kind of wind instrument, there's a level of like, and I did a lot of jazz and classical stuff.
Yeah, sure.
A lot of improv and you know, through study and stuff like that. But there's a level of you almost need to be able to sing what you're going to play.
Yeah. Yep.
And so all of my family can sing. It's the one thing I didn't want to do. And here we are.
That's awesome.
But I actually love it. And it's vulnerable.
Yeah.
It's uncomfortable.
Yeah, that's right. You got no problem picking up a guitar and strumming a few chords.
Yeah.
But as soon as you're like singing and you know it's your voice, it almost feels like it's you on display to the nth degree compared to like, oh yeah, here's Wonderwall, you know?
Yeah, literally. Yeah, I can play the forbidden riffs.
Yeah,
over
that's
and
right.
over.
No problem.
No
Here's Smoke
problem.
on the Water, you know?
Yeah, literally. I put a microphone. It's like,
Awesome.
okay, no, I'll do it.
Yeah.
But yeah, keen to I think sing a bit more.
Yeah, cool, man.
But yeah, get the full setup in here.
Yeah.
I can see it.
Yeah, man. It's gonna be awesome. I'm keen.
Oh, when did we actually record your songs?
How many times? We worked on that. I reckon the session was in like March. I think it was in February, March, earlier this year.
Earlier this year, we did some recording.
We did.
Which I actually loved. Which is part of Kitchen Covers, is I just love like a bit of randomness.
Yeah.
It's the social like awkwardness.
Yeah.
And like I love that gear. Just putting like I'll talk to anybody.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh yeah.
I don't know. I think it was like I met you once, and I was like my whole rule. So I moved to Adelaide the start of last year.
Yeah. My
My whole rule is if I saw somebody twice within the space of like 7 days, I just need to catch up with them.
Yeah.
And so I think I saw you twice in that 7 days, and then we had coffee. I was like, perfect. And so with Kitchen Covers, someone would like, I've had quite a few people message me on Instagram like, oh, the socials, and like, hey, can I do this? Like, perfect.
Yeah.
And it's interesting that I'll talk to anybody.
Yeah.
You will be a little bit awkward, but
Yeah.
no, it was good. I met 2 new people.
Yeah.
Sean on guitar and
Bruce on sax.
Bruce on saxophone, which is
yeah.
awesome. And obviously we know Max.
We do.
But yeah, that was awesome.
It was good fun. Yeah, I've been thinking about that for a while. Like that song in particular, I wanted to have this that kind of like jam bandy kind of feel, like as if, like, I guess that's kind of why I put it together the way I did. I wanted it to feel like if, you know, someone had just been like, hey guys, I know, here's this song I wrote, let's tonight's jam session, let's just play it, and you just rock up and start playing, you know. So that's kind of why, especially when the band comes in that sort of second, third, like you get this, you know, like there's the sax and the guitar and they're kind of interacting and all that kind of stuff. Like just having those like real tasteful moments of the band just moving together, like that was really what I was after. So yeah, we just hammered it out just one afternoon, just got in the studio and had a bash.
Yeah.
It was good.
That's one of the things I love the most is when you take like a demo of a song.
Yeah.
That's a bit of a shell.
Yeah.
And you make it something. I know I've done that in the past, and it's like, just to get, 5 people in the room, everyone, we all like had ears or whatever, but just to get in and make it like something.
Yeah.
And it turns it from like this might be cool to like, oh no, this is it. Like this
and I think that was something that like I really learned on working on this track in particular. Was just like collaboration, man. Like it makes the creative process like so much more fruitful, so much more enjoyable. I have felt like by doing so, how many times, just being one example though, like I felt like even though it's different to where I had initially envisioned, because, it's not just me, it's better for it. It doesn't necessarily need my voice in all components, because if it was that, like I would get lost. Like I wouldn't be able to carry that, and that's not saying anything of the quality of the song or the quality of my quality. It's not about that. It's about the creative process. I think needs the ability to have checks and balances with the people that you love and trust around you to speak into it. And so I think like this song in particular, it being quite a vulnerable song, it was like, I really wanted it to kind of feel like there was people that were present in the track. It wasn't just about it like, me, creating the song in this dungeon environment, like that would have been kind of bad.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so that was kind of the vision for that. So yeah, I'm stoked with how it turned out, man. It's cool.
I maybe a month ago, maybe I last saw you, and you played it for me, and it's awesome.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks.
And man. I think, and I mentioned it last time, but my main kind of like studied instrument is saxophone.
Yeah. Which I didn't actually know.
You didn't know?
Yeah. I was like, what the hell?
Yeah. It's something that I thought I had put to rest.
Yeah.
But as time has gone on, it's in its moments has gone, oh, you're still there.
Yeah.
But it's awesome. And Bruce is a great player.
Yeah.
And what I loved mostly, again, it was what we had listened to and what you gave us was fairly, like it was you just, obviously a demo vibe.
Yeah.
But because we're just listening to each other, like Sean and Bruce working together.
Yeah.
Oh, they were awesome. Like, again, me and Max, like just flowing in and out of it.
Yeah.
Everybody in the same room, which I love. There's nothing better than that.
That's awesome.
And I'm a big believer, like, we can go like as producers and artists, we can do a lot like in our own, like in talent and stuff like that. But I'd much rather do it with other people. Get some just awesome people. That, we love and, fun to jam with, put them together and make it something. I love that collaboration.
It's such a big part of it. And I mean, like, it also to me speaks to like community and relationships, because like you can't have proper collaboration without that. And that's something that I think I've become more aware of. I've spoken a little bit about it on my socials and stuff, and even just to people that I know, and that in previous years when I've been in previous bands and stuff, I've been very focused and driven on the art and what we're doing to the nth degree, where I have kind of in my mind gone, nothing else is important. Like I'm not concerned with what anybody else is doing, what anybody else might have to say. It's just like, this is the thing and nothing else matters. Which was really just to my own, it was damaging to me, because it was just like, I wasn't able to see the forest through the trees, because it doesn't matter what scale you're working on. I think in music, whether it's big or small, the ability to build relationships, the ability to work together, the ability to have community is how we all move together. You know, that's good for everybody.
Yeah.
And so I think like for that process of, you know, this track, or even just the personal nature of the song, there being this communal aspect of it, of like, we can move together and we can make each other better by our relationships. You know, and I think that's also why that playing in the room together thing is so much fun, because when you play in the room together, it's kind of like, you know, that's one of the most beautiful things about music in general, is it's the non-verbal language, you know, like, and so you get the ability to converse without having to say anything, you know. You just can like have that ability to play and sing together and be in the same space and have that same emotional impact on the art that you're making without having to say a single word.
Yeah.
And that's awesome. You know?
So much fun.
Yeah.
It's what I love. We're saying so much and like no one's saying it.
That's right. Yeah. In the whole like session that we did that song, I might have said a few things between a few of the takes. Otherwise, it was just like, that was cool. Should we do another? Yeah, cool. You know?
We all made mental notes. Like, I think it's when you're, especially in a group of new people, everyone you need to get, like, the first take is just the one, get all the, like, not even nerves, just the overplaying out.
Yeah.
Like,
What am I doing?
Yeah. I shouldn't have done it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do my part.
Let's run it back.
Yeah. But it was so much fun. I loved it. But in the final track that you showed me, there's so much, like, it goes pretty massive.
Yeah, it does.
Sonically, dynamically, and then drops out.
Yeah.
What is happening there for you?
Yeah. It's a good question. I think there was a few things. So like the jam band thing, that aesthetic, us playing together, that sound, that to me was the foundation. And then once I had that and I had kind of pieced the parts together from the takes that I liked and all that kind of stuff, then it was like, okay, what does this song need to do in the context of like the other songs that I'm working on? What does this song need to do in terms of the overall production aesthetic? You know, some touch points for me were like 1975 or Matt Corby, you know, like people like that I feel like balance the live band thing, or the kind of stripped back aesthetic, also with high production value as well, you know. And obviously Matt Corby and 1975 are just two examples, but I think, you know, both of those two artists were probably front of mind for this particular track. And so that's why you get kind of these various synth layers and pads and stuff. There's like some strings hidden in the background. There's just all sorts of shenanigans kind of just weaving in and out of the track. And the idea was that, like, at all times, the arrangement is focused on the band and the lead vocal, but everything else is creating this like world that's simultaneously like really comfortable, feels quite like dreamy and ethereal, but is also quite cold and stark and like really almost uncomfortable in how ethereal it is.
It pulled me in, it gripped me, and it was like, oh wow, we're going there.
Yeah.
And then it was gone.
Yeah, and that was
awesome.
kind of the, you know, for a song that's kind of talking pretty vulnerably about, you know, like dealing with some heavy stuff. I want that was on purpose. Like, there was this idea of like trying to navigate that journey of grace, trying to navigate that journey of frustration at yourself, and you know, trying to relate to the people around you and be accountable to people around you when you're going through tough stuff. You know, so trying to pull all of that into a production world that made sense, you know, that wasn't harsh for the sake of being harsh, but also didn't, you know, just mellow it out completely and miss the reality of the humanity in that sort of situation. So yeah, that was kind of, I think maybe why I went. I don't think I made a conscious decision to kind of stuff lots of things in there. It was just, I think as I was working on it, it just was like, I felt like it needed to go up a notch and then up a notch and then up a notch, and so it's just kind of, you know, the whole track kind of just does that. Or it's just building the whole time. So yeah, that was kind of the vibe there.
That's excellent. All right, this is something. Actually, coffee break.
Quick coffee break.
This is what we were talking about last time.
Yeah.
A few weeks ago is our why, Anthony.
What's your why?
What is your why? And I'm gonna ask you first.
Okay.
Music, just being a creative. You were doing something else before, like being full-time like producer.
Yeah.
And a lot of sacrifice.
Yes.
You just got married. and starting up a business.
Crazy season.
Yeah. But like, why?
Why? Good question. For me, like, I've always done music as almost like a reflex. Like, I haven't been able to not. Like, I can't think of a time in my life. The only time I can think of in my life when I wasn't making music was before I started learning drums, which was the first instrument I learned. So, I wasn't playing music at all. And I was 5. So when I was 5, it's a funny story. When I was 5, my parents enrolled me in karate for some reason. I don't know why. They just thought our 5-year-old son's just started school. You know what he should do? He should do karate. So I was doing karate chops and whatever else, and I think I just started going to church at that point, and I just became enamored with the drums, and so I was 5-year-old me was like, Mom, I want to play drums, Mom, I want to play drums, and my parents are like, okay, you can play drums, but you can't also do karate. You have to do one or the other. So I wanted to play drums, so I played drums. Yeah. And ever since then, I can't think of a time when I haven't been doing music, like in some capacity, like whether it's been just even back then when I was a kid, like we'd stay at my nonna's house sometimes after schools, and she'd have this like keyboard that would just be in the back, like not in the backyard, but like in the back sort of, what's it called, like pergola area. And so like I just go there, just be like, how does this thing work? Just play chords and whatever. And so all of that to say, like I didn't attach a why on purpose to it for a long time because I just couldn't not do it. So I didn't feel the need to. Yeah. And of course, it not being my full-time professional endeavor, it was just like a thing I loved doing. That's probably why I didn't attach a why to it. But now that it is my, my full-time gig, it's like, okay, yeah, the question comes up, like, why am I doing this? Because otherwise it can start to feel pretty sort of grating and frustrating and whatever else, like anything that becomes a job, you sort of got to understand what it is you're doing and why you're doing it and what's going to keep you going. And right sort of towards the beginning of me doing this full time, I came up with this like mission statement, pardon me, I guess you could say, which was like creating honest art that impacts and unites people. And the reason I've chose that was because it was like, I think there is so much value in art. I think there is so much value in the creation of art. And I think the best art is honest. It doesn't have to be, and that doesn't mean it has to be like you telling a true story. It doesn't have to be like, and this is autobiographical. It doesn't have to be that, but it has to come from a place of like, this is something I've intended to communicate from the most genuine and honest place of myself. It's self-expression. That's what art is. With a heart to see it go and impact and unite the people that it listens to. And so that can be for any number of different things. Every artist has a different why themselves. But for me, it was like, no matter what I'm doing, whether I'm producing for another artist, whether I'm mixing or mastering for another artist, whether I'm creating music myself, whether I'm just working alongside, a close collaborator or a friend or whatever, like that mission statement has like, okay, am I centered on this? Is this the thing that I'm trying to do? And that's kind of just driven me for the past year and a bit now of like making music and doing it all the time, is like, that's always given me a true north of like, this keeps me on track, and it might seem like, corporate speak gobbledygook, but for me, it's just helped been like, this is the thing that I feel like I find fulfillment in, that I feel like I'm being true to my purpose and my calling by doing so. And yeah, it's given me a lot of comfort in that. So that's kind of my answer in a really long nutshell. Yeah.
That's great.
What about you? What's your why?
What's my why? And this is something I'm always coming back to, and something I kind of wrestled with, like why, like why even what I was doing, kitchen covers, like why am I doing that? Because the moment I stopped it, I was like, oh well, I don't have a why. Well, and that was then why music altogether? Yeah. But I think for me, I came back to like, what do I actually like find purpose and joy in? And that was like being creative, playing music, live, like church or playing a gig or something like that. Like I just love it. But it was also like, it's one of like the foundational things that I've always known. Like my first instrument, like also drums. Yep. And then we moved house, and then it was then not drums. Yeah. It was then the saxophone. But it was like, it's the one thing like I can always come back to. Yeah. It's like when I like I've done a few weird jobs where I was like, found myself in this kind of like property role. I was like, I had to learn very quickly. But
this is new. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's make it happen.
But I think music, being creative, it's the one thing I find purpose in.
Yeah.
And when I kind of came back to that, it was like, all right, now this, I have a lot of purpose in this. Find a lot of joy in it. I love, like, again, the meeting random people in random places, that kind of social awkwardness thing. I just love it.
Yeah.
And I love collaborating with others.
Yeah, man.
And I think that's what I really love, is that working with others, and music is the vehicle that kind of gets us together.
Yeah. That's cool.
And that's why I love it. And even like the honest art, I think sometimes we creatives, producers, like scrutinize, overanalyze.
Yeah.
We're pulling out the fine tooth. But I think, like, for you, was it honest? Is it creative?
Yeah.
It's art.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Tick.
Like, and obviously you're doing it to the best of like what you can do and your ability as well, which is like flipping awesome. But yeah, ticking those things off. And it's been like good for me as well when we talk last, is like, all right, having those checkpoints as well.
Yeah.
Was it this? Was it this? Was it this? Yeah. Then
I'm on the right track.
Yeah, I'm on the right track. This is where I'm going for it.
Because you can just get so lost, like, especially in the creative field, like you can get so bogged down in the details, like you're talking about, like the nature of being a creative means what you want to express, you want it to be right. You want it to be the truest expression of what you're trying to get across, what you're trying to communicate. And so you just get lost. And if you get lost in the making of the thing, it only stands to reason that if your purpose in the first place is not well defined, you'll get completely lost. Yeah, then you really won't know what you're doing and whether you're coming or going. And so that's where, like, having that purpose in the first place, of knowing, why you do it, why you love doing it, and what keeps you going. When you're in those moments, you're able to navigate them, and then having the relationships with the people around you to be able to go like, hey, like, is this working? Like, help me with this track, help me with this thing, help me with this thing I'm walking through in my life, that's how it continues and how it works. I think otherwise you just get lost.
If someone listens to How Many Times for the first time, what do you want them to take away from the song? And then I'll add on to it. If someone listens to it like multiple times, what's the one thing you're like really driving home? Yeah.
That is a loaded question. I think the answer to both of those questions is grace. Like, you can be walking through the best time of your life or the absolute pits. And the reality is there will be people that love you. I believe there is a God that loves you, and that there is hope. And that's something that I think we can very easily take advantage of. We can very easily just completely disregard, forget about, or not believe it be true for ourselves. We can think that's true for everybody else, but not for me. For me, I'm too far gone. I'm too much of a screw up. I'm too much of a whatever. And not believe that to be the case. And so this song for me was really like pull the Band-Aid off, pull the Band-Aids off, and have to look at myself, navigate the extremities of that, being in the pits, and then at the end of it coming back to grace, and that really being the hope that pushes you on to even not even the next season, the next step. Sometimes it's literally just like, I've stopped, I can't even keep going, but this is the thing that will enable me to at least take one more step, and then after that I can take the next one. And I think, like, maybe beyond that too, there's, I think, maybe a duality in the vulnerability and accountability things, and they're two things that I've observed to be really true of my own, like, are really valuable and true in my own life. And so I tend to talk about it a lot with people that I love and people that I'm close to. It's like, if you want to continue to be able to walk in the manner of which you've been called and the purpose that you have, you need to be vulnerable with the people that you love, and you need to be accountable to the people that you love and the people that love you and that have your best interests at heart. Because if you don't do that, you'll get lost. It's kind of similar to the creative thing in a way. We as human beings we see the next shiny thing, or we have mission drift, where we start out with really clear intentions and then we end up over here when we should have gone over there, and and we just end up not where we meant to be. And so having the ability to really be vulnerable and accountable to the people that you love enables you to to stick to the calling and the purpose that you should have. And those were the things that I was wrestling with in this track of like, I know I need that. I don't think too many people would probably disagree with that sentiment, but the reality of doing it is the hard part of like, yeah, but not with this, you know? No, I don't want to talk about that. No, we won't go there. No, that's too real, you know, like that kind of thing. Yeah. And so that was kind of where I was getting at with this song. And I think if anybody does listen to this song once, multiple times, half of it, the first 10 seconds, whatever, I hope that that's the thing that they take away is grace and that duality of vulnerability and accountability. Like they are so paramount to being able to walk through whatever it is you're walking through in your life and be able to do it well.
Yeah. Excellent. All right. Come on. That's actually awesome.
Yeah. Thanks, man.
Yeah. That's so good. The question first and then hot take.
Okay.
Well, the hot take, we can take it as you will.
Yeah, cool.
But first one, we are both producers.
We are.
Multi-instrumentalists.
We are also.
I want to know though, what's the, and I don't want to be the gear hunter guy, but what's the next thing you're looking for?
Good question.
Looking at even. I
have this fascination with a few guitar pedals that have been released. Some of them have been released recently, some of them less recently. I have this thought in my mind and I keep wanting it to go away, but it won't, of building a studio pedal board that I can have as like outboard effect pedals that I can't replicate with stuff on the computer, like, and I can get down and fiddle with it and it'd be really inspiring. Yeah. But all the pedals I want are really expensive. Yes. So like I was looking at the JHS, the 424, like the what's it called, the Porter Studio recreation that they've done, and the what's it called? The Chroma Console, the hologram pedal that's just come out semi-recently. Yeah. And then just a few other things like maybe like a Big Sky Strum and Flint, like just some stuff that's like super nice on multiple instrument sound sources. Yeah. Just so I can be like really quickly have an effects pedal thing that we could either plug guitar or bass into, or even like a synth, or like we could plug a microphone into and just get some cool sounds, you know, like stuff that I couldn't do it on the computer. Like, and there's value and creative liberation to be found in like just fiddling. Playing with it. Yeah. So that's the next thing. I guess it's multiple pieces of gear, but like, I feel like if I had that, I'd be on, you know? Yes. Yep.
I did see a Chroma Console on Marketplace.
Dude, so did I. I reckon I saw the same.
The same one?
I was looking insane. I was like...
I was like, he was a bit of a goose.
Yeah, okay.
Just like, never been used before. It just kind of sat in the box. He didn't know what to do with it.
Like, bro.
Goose. Goose.
Yeah.
I've got no other word.
That's crazy.
All right. Here's... it's probably another question, but last one. If you were an audio manufacturer, which one would you be?
As in of like the companies that are out there.
Companies. Now, I'm going from audio, so it could be like Audient or UAD.
Yeah.
It could be Shure. It could be a cable brand.
Yeah, cool.
Like Neutrik or whatever that is.
I don't know if I'd go with a cable brand.
Yeah, but it's, you know what I mean though.
I do.
Which one is you?
That's a loaded question because there's so many cool people doing cool things.
It's true.
Who would you be so I can think on my answer?
All right. I just because I saw a really funny reel about it.
Great criteria for a choice.
But you know how like Yamaha, like they do boats.
Yeah.
They do guitars.
Yeah.
They do jet skis.
Yeah.
They do drums. They do like drum stands. All the drum hardware is in the same factory where they do like all the motorcycle parts.
That I didn't know. That's cool.
That's
crazy.
But I love the randomness of that.
Yeah.
I feel like sometimes I'm pretty random.
You want to be a Yamaha?
I just want to be random.
Yeah, hell yeah. I love that.
Yeah. That's me.
That's sick. I feel like I would want to be, I reckon like I don't know, maybe this is a really boring answer, but like a Strymon, like one of those companies that make like, they know what they're making And there is a good amount of creative, direction and some really cool new stuff that like they did that. It's called Night Sky a few years back, which was that like really crazy reverb pedal that had all this like modulation and stuff. But then also like your staples that are not, they're staples and they're done so well that nobody is questioning that that's the best in the biz. You know, like that's the one you want.
And still at the top. So many years later.
That's right. Yeah.
And no one will question that.
That's right. Because it's just, it's good stuff made really well. You can use it on a bunch of different things. It's the Swiss Army knife, but still has the creative heartbeat that works in so many different disciplines.
Yeah.
I think maybe that's probably, maybe I feel a little bit of like kinship of the way I do things as well. Of like, I just love lots of different styles of music. I love lots of different things.
Yeah.
And so, that's kind of where my brain goes. Whether Strummer is the right pick or not, or it's just the one that's in my head because we were just talking about the pedals before.
Yeah.
But that's how I would approach that question, I guess.
Yeah. Love it.
Yeah, hell yeah.